Hello, it's been a while. I haven't seen you guys since last year. Okay. Happy New Year's and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys had a fantastic holiday season, and I'm sure you guys have noticed the weather getting very cold lately. So today I thought I'd do a video on how to wear more summery aesthetics in the winter. So aesthetics like fairycore, mermaidcore, cottagecore, you know, aesthetics that you associate with like warmer weather and like more sheer, flowy, loose materials that are definitely geared towards keeping you cool. I just find that these aesthetics are so pretty but definitely harder to wear in a winter wardrobe, and I know a lot of people live in colder climates and really like these aesthetics and just can't wear them where they are. So I thought it'd be helpful to kind of talk about how to wear like any aesthetic in the winter. And fairycore, mermaidcore, and cottagecore are just examples of aesthetics that I think could be considered summer or spring aesthetics, but I think you can use these tips that I'm going to talk about today in pretty much any aesthetic. So first off, don't sleep on accessories. Accessories are like the easiest way to bring an aesthetic into your winter wardrobe. One accessory is a scarf. You can wear so many different types of scarves to bring a different vibe to your outfit. For example, I've seen like leaf-inspired scarves that are perfect for fairycore or anything nature-inspired. You can go for a more ruffly, kind of Y2K-ish scarf that's reminiscent of a jellyfish for mermaidcore, or a more like open knit or like mohair, stringy kind of scarf for mermaidcore as well. It kind of resembles fishnets and it just gives a beachy, summery vibe to it. You can even learn to knit or crochet and make your own scarves to get whatever vibe you're going for. Another accessory is jewelry or hair accessories. You can go for nature or fairy inspired jewelry, obviously for fairycore, or shell jewelry or shell hair accessories for mermaidcore. I've seen cute like shell claw clips, starfish hair clips. There's so many different kinds of accessories you can find online. You can look on Etsy for that, or AliExpress even if you're on a budget, or YesStyle. Or again, you can make some yourself. I love making my own jewelry. I even made this headband, so it's definitely doable. You can also look for different kinds of purses. I think crochet purses work for both fairycore and mermaidcore, or like a leather purse for fairycore, maybe like embossed with naturey, leafy designs. I've seen really cute botanical embroidered purses for cottagecore, for example, these from Fabled England. So there's a lot of options for purses as well. And another tip is to incorporate lots and lots of layering. You definitely need a good base layer, like really good thermals to keep you warm. So I think that's the most important part. Find some good quality thermals or long johns. And I also think layering over a turtleneck is kind of an easy way out. I love layering tank tops or vests over turtlenecks. For example, mermaidcore often uses sheer layers and tank tops and kind of beachy tops. And you can try layering that over turtlenecks and see if that looks good. You can also layer coats over cardigans and vests, or you can try layering more open knits over turtlenecks. And it just kind of makes an outfit a little more interesting and adds different elements to an outfit. You can also play around with layering different kinds of textures, and definitely use textures that are found a lot in like mermaidcore, fairycore, or whatever summery aesthetic you're going for. So things like fishnets, open knits, and sheer materials for mermaidcore, for example. Another tip I have would be to really lean into that color palette for that aesthetic. I think the color palette by itself could definitely give off a different vibe. So I would lean into whatever color palette works for your aesthetic. For example, a more earthy tone color palette for fairycore, or more pastel blues, greens, and violets for mermaidcore, or whites and generally pastel colors for cottagecore. So you can get winter clothes like coats, sweaters, cardigans, vests, scarves, earmuffs, and gloves in those color palettes, depending on whatever aesthetic you're going for. Another thing I'd recommend is to focus on the silhouette as well. I think the silhouette of an aesthetic also makes a big difference. So like fairycore, mermaidcore, I just keep using these as examples because those are very popular summer aesthetics. But fairycore and mermaidcore have a lot of flowy silhouettes, so you definitely want to bring that into your winter wardrobe as well. For example, you can try wearing long flowy skirts layered over your thermals or long pants, and some tall boots underneath as well to try to keep you warm and still give you that flowy vibe. And because the skirts are so flowy, it's really easy to layer like as many pants as you want under there. And then you can layer a long coat or sweater or cardigan over that as well. You can also incorporate like flowy, ruffly fabrics like in mermaidcore, so ruffly skirts, or cardigans or ruffle trim, or like I mentioned earlier, like a ruffly scarf, and it'll definitely give off those like jellyfish, oceany vibes. And a tip to keep warm, I would definitely recommend investing in good quality materials. Definitely focus on the kind of materials you're buying because different materials will keep you warmer than other materials. For example, I definitely look for wool. Wool will keep you warm for sure. Even wool socks make a big difference. Like, I started wearing wool socks and I cannot go back. Not only are they warmer, but they're more comfy, and I find that they last longer than regular cheap thin socks. So wool socks and wool materials in general, like, I definitely invest in good outerwear made from wool or even skirts made from wool. And like I said, having a good quality set of thermals as your base layer will help a lot as well. And it'll help you layer less because it'll keep you warm already, so you won't feel as like bulky. I hate that feeling when you're wearing like a bunch of layers and then you throw on a coat over and your arms feel like sausage arms. It's the worst. So invest in a good quality set of thermals. Hair and makeup can definitely make a big difference in the vibe of an outfit as well. There's a lot of fun hair and makeup ideas for fairycore and mermaidcore. I even have a video doing hairstyles for fairycore, so you can check that out if you're interested in that. But I feel like it could really bring a more like fantasy, magical vibe to your look. Or you can go for whatever aesthetic you're going for, like a grungy look with your makeup. Definitely makes a big difference in your outfit. Or maybe something more like clean girl kind of makeup. Just whatever kind of aesthetic you're going for, hair and makeup can definitely make a difference. And finally, if you're looking for inspiration, I would Google like adjacent aesthetics to your target aesthetic. For example, if you're interested in mermaidcore and wearing mermaidcore in the winter, try looking at whimsigoth. They aren't quite the same, but they are similar in vibes and silhouettes, so it can help find inspiration for that. Like, I think you could wear a lot of whimsigoth winter outfits, but in a more oceany color palette with blues, greens, and purples, and then just add on some shell accessories, ocean accessories, or pearl accessories, and it will definitely give off more of a mermaidcore vibe. For fairycore and cottagecore, I would look at Morikei, which is a Japanese aesthetic that is very similar in that they both have a lot of nature-y themes and inspiration, and I think the silhouettes are kind of similar, like very flowy, and it's just more suitable for winter because it involves a lot of layering, and I think you could definitely keep warmer in this aesthetic than fairycore. You can also look at the winter fairy coquette aesthetic. It even has fairy in the name. I think it's kind of a different vibe than fairycore itself, but it is similar in that it is fairy inspired. Like, it's just not as foresty inspired. You can also look at gremlincore. I feel like it's very similar to fairycore, but it's kind of easier to bring into the fall and winter. So there's a lot of options there, and I think if you just Google those aesthetics, you'll find a lot of inspiration there. Also for mermaidcore, maybe you can kind of take the water inspiration and go for more of like an ice princess kind of aesthetic. Maybe you can involve some inspiration from ice skating as well, kind of like ballet core but more ice skating inspired, and that could be a cool aesthetic too. So yeah, just try to think of aesthetics that are kind of similar to your target aesthetic, like they have similar color palettes or if they have similar silhouettes or just similar vibes, and look into those aesthetics and see if those aesthetics have a lot of winter inspiration online, and then just try to make it more lean towards your target aesthetic through accessories and through color palette. And yeah, I think if you're a bit open-minded, you can definitely come up with a winter wardrobe from that. Alright, so that's all for this video. I hope this helps. I know how hard it can be to dress with colder weather, so hopefully this helps y'all be a little bit more stylish this winter. But if you made it this far, then you get to hear my little rant / update. So you may have noticed that I haven't posted for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks now. So I was just kind of taking a break for the holidays, just wanted to rest up and enjoy myself. And I realized how burnt out I've been feeling. Like, YouTube and social media in general kind of takes up a lot of my time for little reward because I really barely make any money from this. And that's not to say I don't enjoy it, because I do. I love fashion, I love dressing up, and I'm so glad that I could help a lot of you guys find your own personal style. And a lot of you have even joined my little Discord community and have met other people who are interested in fashion, which, shameless plug right now, join my Discord community. It's such a cool little community for anyone who's interested in fashion and aesthetics. But anyways, I think it's super cool, but it just takes up a lot of time, especially because I already have a full-time job aside from YouTube, and I just wanted to pull back a little bit this year and maybe do videos every other week and see how that goes for a little bit. Maybe I'll go back to doing once a week if I'm feeling a little bit more inspired. But for now, I kind of want to pull back. I'll still try to post as often as I can on Instagram and TikTok. But I also really want time to explore other hobbies as well. Like I said, YouTube kind of takes up a lot of my free time already. And there's just so much that I want to do. I'm like a Gretzko. Have you ever watched a Gretzko? She starts out as an office worker and then she becomes like an idol. She runs a freaking political campaign. There's just like so much she does, and I just want to be like that. I want to be like this little aggressive fox. And also like the book The Midnight Library, I resonated with it so much because she just got to explore like so many different lives, and I thought that was super cool. But maybe that's a little spoiler, so sorry if you haven't read that. But there's just so much hobbies and things I want to try and start a new chapter. I also want to become more active, start working out more, and get back into my dance classes on a more regular schedule. And this year I'm thinking I want to be more of an artist. I want to get back into drawing because I used to love drawing a lot, but I just never do it anymore. I want to get back into my Etsy shop, which I started and then never updated. Like I did one collection drop and then never did it again. So I want to get back into that and making jewelry and making accessories, and I want to start making my own clothes. There's just a lot of hobbies that I want to do that I never have time for because every weekend I'm trying to make a new YouTube video, and then after that I'm so tired and I just want to relax and I don't want to do anything else. So maybe every other week will work better for me. But in between those every other week videos, which will still be focused on fashion and aesthetics, maybe I'll do some vlogging, vlog my little artistic journey and my wedding journey, and I can upload those in between as well, so you'll still be seeing a lot of me. So yeah, I just wanted to share that little update with you guys, and I hope you guys understand. I'm sure you guys will because y'all are the best. And that's it. No biggie really, just a little life update, and I guess I'll see you guys 2 weeks from now.